certainly will get there. It's always a step at a time, a day at a time. Good evening, beautiful listeners. Welcome to Equal Voices on A1 Radio 101.1 FM.
But we know we will get there. Boom, boom, T-boom, T-boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, T-boom, T-boom.
So this evening we have with us in studio Dr. George Agana Akuruba. He's a lecturer at the Cape Coast Technical University and agribusiness expert. And this topic is a topic that I am particularly passionate about because I believe that there are a lot of potentials hidden in that area, and agribusiness is vast. So we have those that plant, we have those that rear, we have those that add value and all that. As a lecturer and an expert in that area, he would help us appreciate what youth entrepreneurship is in Ghana today, why entrepreneurship has become relevant in our today's world, we get to find out from him whether entrepreneurship is a relevant solution to the numerous unemployment cases we have in this country. How are we able to navigate through that sector as youth who are looking for an escape route? So wherever you are, I entreat you to stay with us, listen from beginning to end, and you will not regret it. Without wasting your time, let me cross over to Studio B, where we begin our conversation. You can get to watch on Facebook, on facebook.com/A1 Radio. We are on YouTube as well. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Humukusum Tahiru. Alright, so I'm crossing over to Studio B to speak with Dr. Agana, and good evening to you and welcome to A1 Radio.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for coming.
It is always a pleasure to share my experience and some ideas with my people here in Bolgatanga. So I'm happy and honored to be here. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. When you say your people, somebody is listening. Okay, so he's one of us. Where do you come from?
Okay, so as you mentioned, the name is George Agana Akuruba. So when you have Agana and Akuruba, you should know that I'm from Bolga here, and so I'm from Bolga Soin, just here. So I started my work environment in the Upper East here. So I was actually lecturing at Regentrofen University College, and at least I've done a few things also with Bolga Technical University, and now I'm at Cape Coast. Yeah.
Why did you decide to go to Cape Coast?
Well,
because of the fish,
because of opportunities, or the weather at a point in time. So at the point in time that I was looking for some opportunities, I got those ones there. Cape Coast, yeah.
So would you mind coming back if same opportunities are offered to you here?
You are asking as if you are a prophet, because we are currently having that conversation, but maybe not now.
Okay.
Yes, but I'll come back in
the future. We pray you come.
Yes.
All right. So let's start our conversation by first of all understanding what agribusiness is.
Okay, so let me start broadly so that I'll narrow it down to agribusiness.
Okay.
By way of starting with entrepreneurship. So many of us, especially the youths, what we believe in is, when we talk about entrepreneurship, it's all about open a store and start selling, provisions among others, but it's actually very broad. That is to emphasize on what we call problem solving, and you cannot solve problems if you are not really creative, if you are not really thinking about new ways of doing things. So it's not also too new, but it has to do with the old things that we already know, but trying to see how best can we be creative in tackling those things. So to zero it into agribusiness, since that is my area, agribusiness has to do with applying business principles in agriculture. And agriculture, as you know, is vast, right from production, even from input provision to production to processing or value addition to marketing and to consumption. So throughout the agri value chain, be it crop or animal, there is always an opportunity to add value or to do things differently, and that is what we are referring to as agribusiness. So seeing agri as purely business, before you go into your 100-acre rice farm, you already do your math to know that fertilizer is costing you this, seed is this, spray and among other things are to cost you this amount, and this is going to be my returns and stuff like that. Not to do it like we used to do it as a way of life, but pure business. So that is basically agribusiness, and I can give examples. The young lady out there who buys peanuts or granules, process them into granule paste and sell all the way in Accra, Togo, among others, is into agribusiness. So it's as simple as that.
Very well. So if you just tuned in, you are at the right place. You are listening to A1 Radio 101.1 FM, and you are listening to Equal Voices. I'm in studio this evening with Dr. George Agana Akuruba, a lecturer of at Cape Coast Technical University and an agri-business expert. So stay with us because there's a lot to learn from today's session. Why entrepreneurship matters for today's young person? Why is it important for a young person to think of entrepreneurship in the first place?
Okay, so thank you. Entrepreneurship, like I indicated earlier, has to do with, identifying problems and providing solutions in a creative manner to create value or to solve those, problems. And you can see that we are now in the world of the Gen Zs, or if you like, the youth. And they are very creative compared to, those who are almost fading. And so a time has come that they need to really define whatever path that they want to walk into. So number one is that the youth are very creative, and so when we talk about entrepreneurship, they are the people who can come out with those crazy ideas to be able to, as it were, solve the problems that we are currently facing. So once they have the technologies among others, they are the right people to be able to look at that. But the other reasons why the youth should be interested in entrepreneurship, one has to do with the fact that job creation is becoming very important. We started teaching entrepreneurship in our universities not too long, and it was just a course that one will go and do at the end of maybe one semester course that you do. But we now have universities running BSc, or if you like, BTech in entrepreneurship, just because of the unemployment rates that we are having. And so if somebody is able to create a business, you definitely employ someone, and it has a cascading effect. Maybe you are using raw materials to produce. The one you are buying the raw materials from, you are also adding some value to the person. And goods that we couldn't have sold elsewhere, we can now sell there. So at the end of the day, a lot of employment is created along the value chain. So job creation is key, and we are saying that, I mean, that is the way forward.
What does it take for someone to go into agribusiness? You mentioned that a young lady out there goes to the market, buys peanuts, finds a way of turning it into granite paste, and is able to sell it outside the local market, takes it to a different jurisdiction and sells. For somebody listening to us that has an interest in this sector, is quite a broad area.
Yeah.
Where should the person start from? What does it take? Do you first of all have to identify an area of interest? Are you to carve a niche for yourself? Are you looking at adding value to meat? Are you looking at what does it take to go into agribusiness?
Okay, so thank you very much. Let me start with a broader perspective. Let me ask a question. Have you ever imagined how the restaurants in Bolga and the hotel are getting their vegetables? Where are they getting them from? If I walk out right now that I want organic mango to buy, can I get organic mango? If I want organic vegetables to buy in Bolga, where am I going to get it from? So, you know, people want to understand, even with the vegetables that we have there, some people, you have to buy it and go and keep, you know, for some time.
To be sure that...
So we are going through some pain.
Okay.
These are problems that we are facing. So to begin with, it's about identifying the complaints that people are going through almost every day, and what solution will you come out with? And that is where we can start from. So in terms of agribusiness, we have a lot of areas that people can think about. Just like I've mentioned, imagine a young person is able to promise Akayed. I didn't want to mention names, but maybe let me do that. That I am going to be the one supplying you all your vegetables, organic vegetables. Imagine the money that the person will be making, and you don't necessarily need to go and start looking at, maybe let me get a land somewhere and begin to cultivate. You alone may not be able to do that.
Okay.
People have lands already. So people are into vegetables already. Can you use them to produce and meet your standards so that you supply Akayet? Ordinarily, the farmer somewhere in Balumu will not have the capacity to produce and supply Akayet.
Okay.
But you as a young person who have some source of education will be able to do that. So you see that Akayet, they have issues because they would want to see themselves as organic restaurants. But they can't do that because they don't have it. So the beginning of all these things start with the problems that people are going through. And when we begin that way, we are able to provide lasting or sustainable solutions. What we don't often do is that somebody is into granite paste. The following day, you see 1,001 people doing granite paste the same way.
Yeah.
Nothing different. And so we have to start looking at what can we do differently. That is all about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is different from maybe being a businessman. How is it different? The things that people are doing, how can I do it differently? That is all.
Okay.
And let me give another example. The pepper that our mothers, normally the powdered pepper that they sell in the market here, when you go to Burger Market here, you see powdered pepper being tied in some white rubber like that. That woman cannot sell that kind of pepper even in Wali Wali. That woman is limited in Bolgatanga.
Okay.
So, agribusiness, can you pick it up, add value to the same pepper, and you'll be able to export it, and you'll be able to sell in Accra? Why did we all sit down and wait for a certain company to come and do a certain, powdered pepper, and even everybody is buying?
Yes.
Is it something too technical? And the first question that you even asked about why entrepreneurship today, the technologies are there. We now have technologies. You can import a packaging whatever machine from China within some few days is in. So the technologies are with us that we will be able to use.
Okay.
You can use your phone, connect maybe farmers and buyers together, and you are making money. And so these are the reason why we are now preaching entrepreneurship. So we have to scan.
So if I am getting you right,
Yeah.
you can even start without so much money, even without money, if you do your things right. So in the case of the vegetables you mentioned, if you know of farmers who produce them but do not know how to get them to certain people, you can be the one that takes it to the people and just take your commission.
Yes, and that is all. Because those big organizations are looking for huge volumes. A single farmer cannot supply them. You cannot go and produce 1,000 acres to supply them. No. So the thing is already there. They are even producing under capacity because they don't have the resources. Can we push resources to them to produce to meet your standards? And that is all.
You know, when we talk about business in general, entrepreneurship or whatever, sometimes we are talking about how well you can do in that area and why people are not taking advantage of it and all of that. But we forget to mention some of the challenges you are likely to encounter when you venture into those areas. Are you able to point out to us what the real challenges are in that area?
Okay, so some motivational speakers will say that, oh, you don't really need money to start a business, but I think that businesses strive with money. Though you can start small, but usually funding is an issue that a lot of people are facing. They have brilliant ideas, but where do we go and get that funding to be able to start with? So it's a challenge that a lot of young people are facing, but we are overly projecting that a lot. Why am I saying that? Sometimes a young person who has never even managed 500,000 business is writing a proposal that is costing about 2 million Ghana cedis, and you ask yourself, you have not even managed 50,000 or 500,000. How can you manage a 2 million business? So the youth, they want to start, but they don't want to be patient. They don't want to grow the business. As they start, they want to get there today. And that is a very big problem that we are facing when it comes to starting a business. Number 2 has to do with business development services. When you are sick, where do you go? You go to the hospital, right?
Sure.
When a business is sick, where does the business owners take the business? They sit and allow the business to, to collapse. And so the fact that when you are sick, you go to hospital and get better. When businesses are also sick, they need to go to the hospital. And what hospital are we talking about? We have universities here in the Upper East region who have the expertise to work with you to be able to identify whatever that you may be going through to provide solutions. But most often,
I want to get it right.
Yeah.
So you talk about university. So you have a struggling business. Are you going there to pursue a course, a particular course engineered towards getting a solution for your business, or there are offices designated for people to work in and explain what problems they have, and solutions will be given to them, or they will be worked through whatever steps they have to resolve their challenges?
Okay, so thanks for the clarity. Yes, it's not going there to pursue a certain degree, but most of the universities that we have, they have their business development centers.
Okay.
That are specifically designed to provide solutions to businesses out there. And so, but people don't even know about them. We have business development centers across each district. There's a business development center that the government creates. They've employed people and they are there, but it will surprise you that people are not interested in going to those places. I think that is a mindset. You want to start a business. you don't really want to learn before you start. The business has issues. You don't know where to even go to get solution. I think that is one of the major problems.
Is it a case of people unawareness? People don't even know that such institutions exist. Maybe enough publicity hasn't been done, said that people know that, okay, so if you want to venture into this business or whatever business it is you want to do, there's an office somewhere that you can go to be guided as to how to go. They can direct you to where to go to start it well. Maybe we have not, given the information out well for people to even know. I can bet you that there are a lot of people listening to us right now who do not know that such offices exist.
Yes, I agree with you, and I think that is why when you invited me to come for this discussion, I was excited because this is part of, the publicity about it. It's true, a lot of people don't even know where our business development center is located in Bolga.
Where is it located?
I don't really know the office, but one time when I was at RECAS, we invited them to come over, and they took our students through what they need to do, maybe when they need them.
So you can imagine if somebody calls you, Dr. Ghana, right now to direct him, there will be a real challenge because you don't even know where, and I equally don't know.
Exactly.
So I think that they might sit in the office there for a whole month and nobody even goes there.
Exactly.
And I don't know that they don't get paid.
I think they would have to actually also try as much to make themselves very popular. So that is one challenge that we have. We don't even know where to go when we are in trouble. And I think that mentorship is also key. You want to start a business that people have been doing it for some time, just that you want to take it to the next level. And you are not even ready to learn. Learning, what it does is that it will help you avoid certain big mistakes that you make. But we think that we know it all, and we start our business, and we are running our businesses alone. So these are some of
the people. You see, this is a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
Are the people even ready to mentor? For instance, I am selling wache, and my wache is, very popular. Everybody buys it. So people come from very far places to buy. Now, a young man or woman sitting somewhere has seen that there are people that usually want this wache, but they can't come because of delivery issues. And the person probably knows how you prepare your wache and wants to also prepare it, but wants to add delivery to it. If this person comes to you to say, okay, I know how to cook wache, but maybe your shito, can you help me with how you do your shito? Are you sure that wache seller will be willing to teach you how she prepares her shito?
So that is actually direct, training or learning. And so for that one, they may not be willing to help you because you are to become their competitor. But you may not necessarily go to your direct competitor to teach you how to do certain things. One thing that you could do is to even attach yourself a bit to an organization. You want to start a restaurant business, you can just humble yourself. 1 month, you identify one restaurant. Oh, I want to come and attach and just help you. And that is it. And you do it, and you get to learn a lot. And you can even get mentors who are not even within your space, but are doing similar things. As for business, we may want to be careful because some people are more protective when it comes to what they do, among others. And another one that I wanted to mention has to do with reliable human resources. In Ghana, we say that we have a lot of unemployment, which is true. In Upper East, I was checking UNDP, and United Nations in Ghana, they estimated that even in Upper East, youth unemployment is about 39%, which is huge. But unfortunately, the unemployed, some of them, a lot of businesses are complaining because you start a business, you employ the person is not willing to actually deliver. The person comes and help you collapse your business. People are struggling to get genuine people, and that is an issue. Genuine people who have your passion, who can work hard for you. So they keep on, all the time they are recruiting, because they recruit this person. If you look at these, our drinking spots, You go there today and tomorrow you go there, a different person. Because of trust issues, because of, lack of, what do you call it, maybe seriousness or integrity. So you go there and you want to run. So a lot of businesses are complaining because of that. So these are some few challenges that I believe that young entrepreneurs are actually facing.
But don't you think that we should probably be looking at getting forums where we could bring business owners together to find out from them what their experiences are with these people and what reasons sometimes these workers give before leaving. And also if you could look at the payment systems, because it is not regularized, so everybody does whatever they want. You give them what you think is okay. And these days times are hard. So maybe the person is looking at the output and is looking at how much you are paying. And because some people do not even know how to negotiate, they just end up saying that, okay, so I will leave. But maybe that is actually the real challenge. Don't you think that business owners should also once in a while come together and discuss amongst themselves only, to be sincere with themselves, how much they are paying people and whether they think that is okay?
Yes, I agree with you perfectly. We need that, especially in Upper East here. Elsewhere, they have, some business forums among others, but we don't usually have that here. So if we try once a while to meet as business people to look at our industry, what is going right, what is going wrong is good. And I think that we in academia, it's an interesting topic that you've given me, that I can also conduct research to understand the reasons why these things are actually happening. So I think it is an area that we have to explore. Yeah.
All right, so we are live on A1 Radio 101.1 FM. We are live on Eco Voices, and we are grateful to have you tuned in. Today in studio we have Dr. George Agana Akuriba, a lecturer at the Cape Coast Technical University and an agribusiness expert. He's in studio here talking to us about entrepreneurship and why the youth of today should develop an interest in entrepreneurship. It's just an issue of identifying a problem and finding a solution to that. It sounds simple, right? But it's not as simple as I've said it.
Yes, sure.
It's when you get in there that you begin to, see the challenges that comes with it. How resilient should someone be? How patient? If you start it and it's not going as expected, for instance, you see that, okay, you enter supermarkets and you see sesame seeds, roasted or raw, in containers, sealed. You've not even done a survey to know whether it's a moving business, but you think that the packaging is not well done. You have an idea of doing it well. You start it, find a few supermarkets here and there, give it to them for 1 month. You go back and they tell you they've not even bought one. Do you stay in there or do you quit?
Yes, so a lot of successful businessmen, when you interact with them, they will start talking about their failures in the past. So if you are in business and you've never failed, then I'm not sure you have succeeded yet. So failure is part of business. So as we fail, we take that as a lesson, but not something to say that we are quitting. For resilience, when you start a business today or when you start something new today, even your own parents may even kick against you. When you go to university, you complete university with your degree in accounting, and you come and say, oh, I want to go into vegetables. Your parents will say that, did we...
So you wanted to do vegetable farm and you made us pay all these school fees.
But they don't know that that accountant will be able to just develop an app that can connect vegetable farmers. They produce and the person... At the beginning, it will be hard for the person. Your family members will not be patient with you for the business to grow. So if you don't take time, you are likely to give up. Your friends, even I usually use this example that your girlfriend may even leave you because she needs the money now. You are thinking about future.
Okay.
And so it is an area that you always work almost alone because you alone is seeing the future but everyone around you, they'll be discouraging you. And so for young businesses, we really need to be patient. It will pick up someday. But genuinely, if you think that this business that I'm going into is a business of the past, not the future, then you have to leave it and focus on.
And what do you mean by that?
Yes, what I mean is that we have some businesses already that we are moving ahead of those businesses. For example, if somebody now wants to start looking at, okay, maybe let me not use that example before people will misunderstand me. But we have businesses that are on their way. They are fading. Okay. They are fading off because of time, because of changes in the socio-economic environment, because of technology.
Okay.
So if you go back and you are now trying to do things like that, we have moved on. So I would advise that at least when you are looking at businesses, you should be looking at the future businesses. And I was in one of the panels to review proposals from young people during a pitch. Some people wanted to do charcoal production. And then we were like, what is going on? We are going green. You should be thinking about where we are to be in maybe 10 years to come. We are not going back to use charcoal. Can we look at renewable energy? So if you are struggling with that business and you still want to be there, but we said that be patient, I'm not too sure that is the right thing to. So let's always look at in the future, where are we likely to be? I always also give an example that in the future, everyone is going to, anything you want, you are going to ask your phone to give it to you. If you want food to eat, you ask your phone and the food to be given to you. If you want land to buy, if you want to sell anything, it is the phone that we are going to be asking, just this mobile phone. So the question is, would you want to just wait and be a user of that, or you want to co-create the future we are looking for? And that is it. So we should be looking at businesses that will link up to the phone, but not to be looking at physical, shops among others. So anytime we are thinking about businesses, we should rather be looking at the future. Where are we likely to get to, and build businesses around that? Yeah.
But in the case of agribusiness, maybe it's the finished product after you have added value to it that probably it can stay a bit longer. But in most of the cases, some of them are fresh produce and all of that. How do you market such products or produce? I mean, you decide to go into organic vegetable selling. You buy it or you go for it. You go to the buyers and they don't buy all. The remainder, what do you do with it?
Yes, so I think the future that we are moving on to, people would want to even know the farm in which they are buying the vegetable from. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Yeah.
But you know where your cabbage is coming from, and that is the future. So we are not necessarily going to harvest it and keep it for long or whatever. So now what kind of mechanism are we going to put in place such that we get demand in real time? So we should be looking at that, because vegetables are perishable. People are now trying to come out with technologies that we can store tomato for some time, or we can do organic to be able to whatever. So agric produce, I agree with you, we cannot market agric produce just like we are marketing any other produce because of the perishability, because of demand among others. And so what young entrepreneurs need to know is that these are products that even after harvesting, they are still living. And so you need to handle them in some way that they will not be able to deteriorate as quick as possible. So can we then employ technology to be able to do that? And, like I indicated earlier, a lot of farmers are doing small. They cannot have the market. They need someone to be able to lead them to the market. So you can also enter into the market aspect. Even the production that you mentioned, we are not even through with production. Do you use bitter? The dry season bitter, I hope you have some complaints about it. Some say that when you put the bitter into the water, the hot water, you don't see your bitter again.
Even when you keep it.
So it is an issue.
Yeah.
The production itself, people are using fertilizers.
So much of it. Yeah.
If you decide that I am going into organic bitter production alone, so the production side, we are now becoming health conscious that we don't want to eat anything at all. So people want good and quality bitter to buy, but they are not getting it because no one is producing. So we shouldn't think that we are out of the production. No, we are producing, but is it of that quality that we are looking for? And so these are things that people should be looking at.
Very well. What role is the family, the community, or government supposed to play in the lives of young entrepreneurs, especially those who decide to go to agribusiness?
Okay, so just like we are doing here, communities are supposed to be encouraging.
Well, so if you are listening to us, if you are listening to us and you want to join in the conversation, you can do so by calling us on 03820915080, 03820955666. You can call us with your contributions. Please go ahead.
Okay, so communities are supposed to be encouraging these young entrepreneurs. So whatever that they are producing, we should be patronizing. I have some young ladies around. They are not doing well. They did hospitality at BTU, and you can imagine what they are able to do. They are able to put a lot of things together to come out with natural beverages and natural stuff. Let's encourage them small. If we start buying now, they'll be able to get market out there. So communities, we are supposed to do that and support them with whatever. For the government, they are supposed to provide the enabling environment, and I think government is doing well with their entrepreneurship drive, trying to. I think we have the Ejumara project that government is currently rolling out, trying to give resources, if you like, money to young entrepreneurs and some training to be able to start their own businesses across Ghana. And they have the business development centers that are supposed to support these young people to be able to start and sustain their businesses. And also communities like universities, like I indicated earlier, are supposed to have that wing that is available for these young people to always get in touch, to be able to learn from, to be able to support them to run their businesses, so that anytime their businesses are sick, they know where to run to. Together, if we are able to do this, I think that we'll support this entrepreneurship drive that we are always talking about most often.
Are you open to receiving calls from young people who are venturing into entrepreneurship and do not know who to talk to? Are you ready to mentor people?
Sure. So I have a business, or if you like, a company that I formed about 3 years ago. It is called Center for Research and Agribusiness Development.
Okay.
And I had the office around Swing during those days, but because I've moved to Cape Coast, but I do come around, so I don't have a physical office in Boga here again, but I used to have one. So we are a team of young guys. Some are working in MOFA, some are working in other NGOs and private sector, and I'm also in academia. So we formed this to provide this consultancy services to businesses. At least, if your business is sick, you should be able to go somewhere to say that I'm not able to make these
More
things.
like a business hospital.
Exactly. I don't know what is wrong. They can come in, be with you for some time, proffer solutions, and that is it. So we are ready to support businesses.
Okay.
Not necessarily maybe at a huge fee. Maybe those young businesses that are growing up free, we are ready to do that because this is what we enjoy doing. We want to see businesses succeed. And so we are available at any time for businesses to contact us. We call Center for Research and Agribusiness Development. So if you want to conduct anything related to research in the northern part of Ghana or anywhere, we can support you in that regard. If your business in terms of agribusiness or any related business is also sick, you can come to us for us to have discussions. So we are on Facebook that people can contact us. CIRAD, called Center for Research and Agribusiness Development. And maybe later before I leave, I can also give my contact for people to contact me for us to have discussions as to how we can move our businesses forward. Yeah.
Well, if you just tuned in, we are almost done, but it's actually not late because sometimes the last thing said, if you go with them, it works and it helps. I've been discussing agribusiness and business in general, or if you like entrepreneurship, with Dr. George Agana Akuruba. He is a lecturer at Cape Coast Technical University and also an agribusiness expert. Finally, before you take leave of us, I would want you to give us some pieces or a piece of advice. What would be that one advice you would give to a young person who has listened to us from beginning till now and is now deciding to start something in entrepreneurship?
Okay, so thank you. I must say that the young people listening today, especially those in Bolga and across the north or the northern part of Ghana, I want to emphasize that your location does not limit your potential, especially when it comes to agribusiness. This is the home of agribusiness. So Northern Ghana has enormous opportunities, including agriculture that we have mentioned a lot during this short discussion, livestock production. You know, those days we had meat factory in Bolga here. I mean, it means that we were noted to be livestock producers. We have areas of renewable energy that we are now entering into. Even tourism. Private sector can also go into tourism. And then digital services. This content creation and entertainment stuff that we are seeing today, if you are good at it, you need to take it seriously because these are the next businesses that we are going into. Agro processing, as you alluded to, is very important. We need to add value to what we already produce. Shea butter, we export the raw shea butter, you know, and we take a lot of them to the south for them to now use it for body lotion, among others. And so young people from here have already started succeeding in terms of these businesses that we think that a lot of us know. If we are able to do this and create employment for others, we have an issue that almost all the time we have migration. People are moving to the south to be able to get some jobs among others. And so the future belongs to those who are willing to learn, work hard, adapt and create the value that we are looking for. This thing we say future is going to be like this. It is people who are going to create it. Are we going to be part of those who are going to create it, or we are going to use what they are going to create? And so you can build impactful businesses right from Bolga here, but we need to be patient. We need to really be patient. We need to stay focused because other people will, you know, discourage you, but you alone know where you want to get to. You need to avoid shortcuts. Business and shortcuts, no. Financial integrity, if you are not, able to manage finances well, then don't just go into entrepreneurship, because you need to get the raw materials even on credit, so that when you produce, you pay back. Now you are owing a lot of quick loans and and you are not paying, so you are not credible.
Yeah.
So if you are not, you can't even go there. And then start where you are, build the skills. You can go into farming without ever going to school to read agric.
Okay.
You need to learn the skill, and then use what you have first before you ask for more. We call that the principle of effectuation.
Okay.
What do you have? Can you use it before you then ask for more? And we need to continue improving upon what we are doing. So the young people who are doing well today in the entrepreneurship forum, please, you cannot stay at where you are forever. So take where you are as the starting point. Be thinking about what next.
Okay, so there should be diversification.
Diversification and innovation.
Okay.
Every year, think about what extra thing can I add. If not, you'll be there and then your business will, you wake up one day and
somebody else overtaking you.
So let's be thinking about the future.
All right.
Thank you.
Very well. Thank you so much, Doctor. We are grateful you made time to come, and to everyone that listening to us, we are so thankful to you for listening to us right from beginning to end. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to every mother listening to me this evening, especially to my mother and to all other mothers, everyone that has played a mother role in my life. Happy Mother's Day to you. Every mother in the house of the Deputy Chief Imam, I say Happy Mother's Day to you. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to you, Ayatu Tahiru Abugeri Mabiri. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to everyone, like any woman that is listening to me, because all of us, those who have given birth and those who are yet to give birth, we are all mothers, because we play the motherly role in the lives of everyone. Do you have anyone you want to wish Happy Mother's Day to?
Yes, if it escaped me, so
you forgot that day.
Exactly. So Happy Mother's Day to all mothers in Ghana, especially our mothers in the northern part of Ghana. In fact, they really went through a lot to be able to raise us.
Yeah.
So what I would say is that may the good Lord continue to grant them that kind of good health to be able to see the fruits of their labor. So happy Mother's, exactly. So Happy Mother's Day to my own mother in Balgasoin and the entire mothers in Soin, especially Akuruba family, that we love them, we wish them long life, and we hope that at least the young and coming mothers will also take care of our mothers, so that at least we can build better families. So Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So on that Happy Mother's Day note, I want to once again thank all of you for your time and for your listenership. And I'm looking forward to having you next week, because we'll be coming your way with another interesting edition of Equal Voices. You know how we do it. We bring you the experts, we bring you people who know what they're about, people who understand the topics we discuss, and they give us relevant information that we can add to what we already know to build better lives. My name is Hulu Kusumtari, and the show is ably produced by Kezia Popeya, and also our Facebook production is done by Brakalala. Together as a team, we say thank you and a Happy Mother's Day to all of you. We wish you a blessed Sunday, and wish you all the best of luck in everything that you do. My name is Hulu Kusumtai on TikTok. Anytime you go on TikTok, please look for me and give me a follow, so that we can always get to interact whenever I'm here, or when there are topics or issues to discuss. Have a blessed evening and enjoy the